Hello guys, it's Sierra. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be basically just filming a sit down kind of advice video, which I feel like I haven't done in a while. Recently, I've been doing a lot of vlogs, we had some vacation vlogs, getting back on track, resets, all these types of things, but I wanted to talk about just getting out of a slump and my top 5 habits that have helped me get out of a slump, because I've been in a lot of slumps recently, honestly, just with going through a breakup, struggling just with going to school, ready to graduate, all these different things. So I thought I would just give kind of my advice on that in general, and hopefully I can help some of you guys out if you're experiencing slump or just hard times, anything of that sort. Before I get into the habits, I do just want to say I think the most important thing when trying to get out of a slump is just to be present and approach everything with gratitude, because there have been times where I feel like I'm doing everything right, like externally, I'm going to the gym, I'm journaling, I'm going outside, I'm doing my devotional, I'm doing all these things, but still I don't feel fulfilled, or I just feel like I'm going through the motions. And I think it is so important to learn how to be present in those moments when you're doing good things for yourself, and to also express gratitude, just towards yourself for even doing the things in the first place, because I just think that when you are not present and you're just going through the motions, you're fully not able to experience like the benefits of doing certain habits or activities that are supposed to help get you out of the slump. I hope that made sense. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get into the first habit. Also, I just want to say I have my MacBook kind of right in front of me, so if you see me looking at that, that is why. I just have some notes. But first, my first habit that has really helped me get out of a slump or experience different things in life. I'm sorry, I feel like I keep touching my tube top of my necklace. I'm gonna try to stop that, but I just want to say that's completely normal. First habit I would say that's helped me is just growing my spirituality, and personally, that has been growing my relationship with God. Obviously, that's gonna look different for everyone, but for me, growing my relationship with God has helped me a lot, especially because in slumps, oftentimes I feel alone, or I shouldn't say alone, but feeling lonely. And feeling lonely is a very difficult feeling for me to navigate. As an introvert, I really don't feel lonely a lot. However, in slumps, I tend to feel lonely at times. And I think, growing my relationship with God, it's helped me feel less alone and feel like I always have someone to lean on, in a sense. And yeah, just that sense of belonging, that sense of purpose. And I think having that, whatever that looks like for you, it can be very beneficial, and it can just be overall very grounding. I've been using A Beautiful Year in the Bible. It's a 52-week Bible study for women. I got this off TikTok Shop, and I honestly really love it. This is very, very helpful. I highly recommend this book if you do want to grow your relationship with God. And something that I've been doing with this, instead of just straight up reading the scripture that it kind of tells you to read, because I did start doing that at first, I found that very hard to understand. I've been listening to, I'm not exactly sure, but these YouTube videos talking about the scriptures. I'll put what I'm talking about on the screen. It's this preacher on YouTube. He's great, and he just really has helped me understand the Bible a lot more, because I felt like before I was reading the Bible and I really wasn't understanding what was going on, but he has made it a lot more clear for me. And after, if I really resonated with what was being said, I also like to journal in my journal, just about the devotional of the day. Overall, I'd say that is probably one of the, just most transformative habits for me, growing my relationship with God. It's just helped me a lot. So definitely growing your spirituality, I recommend. Let's move on to the second habit, which I feel like is talked about a lot, but I also just want to put emphasis on it because I feel that it's just really important, and that is journaling. And I hope that this does not sound repetitive, because again, I feel like people always talk about this, but I feel like journaling, it just has so many benefits. I mean, for me, the ones that I specifically have written down, definitely improves, self-awareness, lack of dependency on others. I think that it is great to talk to people about your problems, but it's also great when you can just journal and kind of figure out certain problems yourself. I don't think that you always need to go to someone to help you with your problems. It allows you to reflect on situations or past versions of yourself. And I think it can also help you move forward. It can help release certain emotions that maybe you have been suppressing, or just feelings, and then move on. And journaling is something that I don't do daily. I don't find the need to do it daily. However, when I do journal, I feel, especially after, I just feel free, and it's just a great feeling, and I definitely recommend journaling. Next habit is daily movement. Daily movement is something that truly, again, has changed my life. Honestly, daily movement might have been just as transformative for me as growing my relationship with God, because genuinely daily movement, like, it has changed my life in the best way possible. I started 75 Hard. Currently, that has kind of fallen off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to get back into it this week, but I've just had so much going on, just with senior things, prom, all that kind of stuff. I feel that doing 75 Hard, it definitely gave me a new appreciation for exercise, indoor and outdoor exercise. I think that my mental health is improved a lot when, you know, I'm exercising, but especially my daily walks that I was doing for 75 Hard, like just spending that time outside every day, it was amazing. I also think adding daily movement into your routine and then constantly showing up for yourself, even when, you know, you don't want to, and just still moving your body anyway. It definitely, for me, like, it, again, just that whole like conversation of gratitude, it just makes me feel very grateful for myself. It makes me feel proud of myself. I feel like it's helped with confidence, not just, you know, oh, I'm working out, I like the way that my body looks, but also confidence that I can say I'm gonna do something and then I do it. And that's why emphasis on the daily and the daily movement, like doing it every day. I truly believe that I don't know, it's just had great benefits for me personally. And whenever I'm on vacation and I'm like off of my daily movement for a little bit, just getting back on to moving my body every day definitely helps me a lot. Next habit I would say is solo dates. You don't necessarily need to be doing this once a week, but I would say at least once a month, take yourself on a solo date. They are so fulfilling. It helps you build a lack of dependency on others. You know, it helps build your confidence, and I feel like they're just so fun. Like, when you learn to just like love yourself and love your own presence and your own being, because I think that loving yourself, sometimes people just assume that means loving your appearance, but I think loving who you are as a person, like on the inside, and being content enough to not only be around others, but also just to be in your own presence and have that be okay, is truly so powerful. And I feel like it's definitely something that, you know, when I need to recenter, just being by myself, you know, taking myself out, doing something that maybe I could have done with a friend, but now doing it with myself, it has just made my life a lot better. I mean, yeah, and when you are able to realize that you don't really need other people to enjoy life all the time, like, and I hate saying that, because I'm not saying like to be this hyper independent person where like you only do things by yourself, but I think just it's about balance. And I think like just as you hang out with your friends, also hang out and spend time by yourself. Truly, I would definitely recommend solo dating, especially solo dates where you're doing something that maybe you normally do. Like, for example, I remember, I think it was back in like January, I started going to like these yoga classes, and the first one I went to was hot yoga. I've never been to a yoga class, never been to like a hot yoga class, and I literally went by myself. It was great. And yeah, so just an example, I definitely recommend doing solo dates. I think that they are just amazing. And then the last habit that I have for you guys today is having and maintaining a clean space. You guys probably have noticed in most of my videos, I'd say, yeah, probably like 75% of my videos, my room is always clean. You have so much going on in your head. Adding a messy room, I swear, just like intensifies it. It makes it 10 times worse. It also makes it harder, in my opinion, to get out of a slump. So maintaining a clean space, like not just cleaning it, but just maintaining that, I think that, like, I truly believe in clear space, clear mind. Especially too, I feel like if you're in a slump, you know, one thing that I would recommend, like one of the first things that I would recommend, literally like clean your room. Like, genuinely, like, be proud of the space that you like walk into. Be proud of the space that you call yours. I think that helps a lot getting out of a slump. And for me, at least, when I clean my room, things just start to feel like they fall back into place. And that could be very type A of me. I don't know, but definitely, you know, clean that room. This is your sign to clean your room. So guys, that concludes all 5 of my habits. I hope that you enjoyed this video today. I know it was a little bit different. I feel like I really don't film a lot of just straight up talking videos, but I do want to film more because I'm a yapper and I feel like I have a lot to say just about a lot of different things, and I feel like I could definitely give good insight. Again, if you don't resonate with anything, then take it with a grain of salt. Literally, if I helped at least one person, like, then I'm happy, you know? And also, part of this too, I just wanted to say some of these things to myself because I feel like I have been in another little mini slump. I definitely feel like I'm starting to get out of it because I'm graduating. I feel like I'm starting to, you know, heal and just move on from my breakup and all these things. But yeah, a lot of these too are just reminders to myself, just ways that I can get back on track and, you know, just have a great summer. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, and I will see you guys next time. Wait, actually, also, okay, side note, before I go, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't have like a current posting schedule currently, but I am trying to post twice a week for you guys. Wait, okay, bonus habit or bonus, like, I guess, advice or like just here's a bonus thing for you if you're still watching. I think that one of the best things that I've done for myself in being happy again, just in general, I mean, I guess getting out of a slump too, has been finding something that I'm passionate about and not losing that and just keep it going and just doing it. For example, I'm so passionate about making videos. Like, I literally love it. Like, it is my truest, it's just my passion. Like, I genuinely love it so much. And after I was going through a breakup, I took a break for like, I think it was like a month or something like that. And when I started back up again, at first it was difficult to initially start, but like I absolutely adored it and I loved it and I realized how much I miss it. So don't lose sight of those little passions and definitely like foster those because I think that helps. It helps a lot with a lot of things, But anyway, that's it. I will see you guys probably in a few days. Bye.